SingularityNET. So I've spoken about Fetch. I actually want to talk about SingularityNET because in terms of AI projects, I actually prefer this as a project. I also, in particular, really quite like the founder of SingularityNET. He's been very prevalent in mainstream media. He's also been on big podcasts. He's an incredibly articulate man. He's also a bit eccentric, which I quite like. And I'll explain why I think that's really important within this as well. Before I get into it though, guys, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I actually did videos about on the channel. And in the videos, I showed everyone that I was buying up all of these coins because I did expect them to rocket up in price. You guys can see what these coins were worth when I recorded and released my videos, as well as the highs that these coins hit less than a year and a half on. And that's all you would have had to do. If you'd have popped $100 into each of these coins when I released my videos, and then you just sat on the coins for a year and a half and then sold them, your $2,600 investment would have netted you over 123 grand in profit, which is pretty good, guys. Now, I sold all of these. We've had the market crash. Since the market crash, I've been buying up new cryptos. I do that on a regular basis. These are coins that I think can do 40x, 50x, 100x gains. And I share them on my website, which is copymycrypto.com. So anytime I jump onto the site, after I've found one of those coins, I'll tell the members what the coin is. I'll tell them what profits I think it can have, as well as what percentage of my money I'm putting in. What this means is all the work is taken out of it for members. They don't have to read white papers. They don't have to learn about new tech. They don't have to understand charts. They can copy along, make the same profits I do, and save themselves thousands and thousands of hours. Now, if that sounds good to you, just go to copymycrypto.com now. There's a link in the description. On the site, what you'll see, the things I've said in the past and what happened. You'll also see what the members have earned since being there. It's all public record, so you can verify everything that you read. And if you like what you see, guys, you should join. Now, let's talk SingularityNET. So SingularityNet's been around for a while, actually. It's one of the oldest sort of AI cryptos. It launched at the very end of the 2017-18 bull cycle. So it hit heights of like $1.50. Well, pretty much listed at $1.50. Or $1.49. It's never really been that high again. It actually spiked to $1.86. I think that was pretty much the first day of going live. And then obviously flatlined in terms of price throughout 2018, 2019, 2020, and did decent gains throughout 2021, and has actually experienced real growth throughout the end of 2022 and into 2023. Why is that? Well, we know why. ChatGPT has just changed the game for AI coins. ChatGPT is one of the most incredible innovations in the past 20, 30, 40 years maybe. You know, arguably the most interesting innovation since the internet. And people are fascinated by it. They're clamoring for it. It's still top-selling books on Amazon. It's still the most interesting sort of area that people are trying to figure out exploits for, whether it's getting it to write an essay for kids at school or whatever the hell it is. And the inevitable surge of and excitement around ChatGPT has brought a real surge to AI coins. Now, AI cryptos are not necessarily appropriate. And I don't mean in terms of a moral situation. I'm not taking any sort of stance on that. But we have a lot of developers within the crypto space that don't believe AI and crypto work together. Like AI and blockchain tech work together. Drawing the comparison from like water and oil, they just don't mix. Andrew Coney being one of them, one of the most well-known developers in crypto. So whilst that might not be the case, and there's a number of significant developers that believe that. And even if they are correct, we're actually at a really interesting point where I don't think the truth on that with that regard matters. The market is moved by the individuals that are buying and selling. And people are buying into artificial intelligence. They really, really, really are. SingularityNET, like I say, was one of the oldest AI projects. Is blockchain-powered platform, allows anyone to access, create, and share and monetize AI services. They have an AI marketplace. SingularityNET's marketplace allows users to browse, test, and purchase AI services using the platform's utility token, which is AGIX. The marketplace represents an outlet for AI developers to publish and sell their tools, and they can track their performances. Now, the team behind SingularityNET also created the world's most expensive robot in Sophia. That's quite well known. If you've not looked up Sophia, take a look. Sophia is able to fully understand human language, and they are also developing OpenCog, which is an AI framework that is hoped to eventually achieve a state beyond human-level AI. Then is known as Advanced General Intelligence. They raised $36 million in under a minute in 2017. The founder, the lead, is Dr. Ben Goertzel. He is who I'm on about in terms of the leader. He has been on Joe Rogan. He's been on Lex Friedman. He's been interviewed in mainstream media. He's quite an eccentric man. Likes his fedoras and stuff. But incredibly articulate. He really explains in great depth the goals of artificial intelligence. He talks about the concerns within the sort of wider perspective of, is it going to be like the humanity's biggest mistake and things like that. But I like him. I actually like the way he answers questions, and I think he's a very strong leader in terms of someone that you want at the forefront of your company. You know, when we're in a bull cycle, he will be someone that's at front and center, being interviewed in a bull cycle, because that's what ends up happening. Mainstream media, you know, whether it's CNN, Fox News, whoever the hell it is, right? They're going to call for crypto experts to discuss stuff because, you know, you'll see Bitcoin hitting new highs. You'll see the market breaking $1 trillion, you know, or $3 trillion or $5 trillion or whatever. So they need to talk about it. So they'll get experts on, and he'll be one of them. And he will draw attention to SingularityNET very, very well. And that's a real big plus. That's a real big plus. Now, they also have really good other leaders within the SingularityNET project as well. You've got Simone Giacomelli, who's an entrepreneur and investor that's previously worked with CryptoDex. He left SingularityNET project in 2019 and is now focused on something else called R&D Lab Vulpum. Dr. David Hansen is SingularityNET's third co-founder. He worked with Disney for 3 years. He's got a hell of a resume in terms of the robotics industry. He's done a ton of robotic startups, including human emulation robotics, Initiative for Awakening Machines, and Hanson Robotics. Hanson Robotics is very well known. And SingularityNet's a really interesting project. It's like I say, they've started growing the ecosystem, but overall the ecosystem has a few really well-renowned things within their space. That's the things that they're building, whether that's Sophiaverse or some of the lesser-known artificial intelligence projects. But they are growing this. They've now introduced the Singularity DAO. Obviously, you've got Cogito, which is making a new class of digital assets called Tracer coins, which leverage risk-weighted reserves and AI-powered stabilizations to track synthetic indices properly. Like I said, you've got Singularity DAO. They've started adding to this really well. Like I say, they've got the marketplace for AI services where you can actually try and test the services. They've got your twin protocol as well, which is train your digital twin to do your work for you. Very interesting idea. The digital twin is something that's really starting to actually garner some momentum. And lost track of where I was. Yeah, so SingularityNET have a lot going for it. They have a really strong leader. They're one of the oldest projects around. They're introducing, like I say, the digital twin initiative, which I think is going to end up getting a lot of attention. And the AI trend is just here right now. And look, SingularityNET for me is probably one of the stronger projects in the space. I really do like the leader. And if you've never been and seen Dr. Ben Goertzel talk on any of the podcasts, I really recommend you go check it out. It's full on, so I wouldn't recommend you like having a bunch of beers before you listen to it. I think it'd be hard to track. But hopefully when you watch it, you'll see what I mean in terms of likability, in terms of leadership. I think he'd draw a lot of retail investors into SingularityNET. And look, the AI trend, like I said, is here to stay. Certainly right now, as we see ChatGPT have updates, as we see ChatGPT create new iterations, the excitement around AI will grow again, and I think we'll see a lot of the cryptos that are AI benefit. And again, SingularityNET is one of those projects where I looked at it, last year and was like, I still think this should hit $2. I think this should be a $2 coin. That will put it in a market cap of 2.4 billion, which is high, given that the usage isn't huge right now. But with the current trend we're in, it's more than possible we're going to see this do far, 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 far more. I'm still going to be conservative and say $2 for now, which is still about 9x from where it is, so it's not bad. But it's not going to be a shock if this runs up to $4 or $5 or $6, is it? The only sort of hesitation I have is when you look at the statistics around the network, you're not seeing tons of usage. Yeah, you're seeing holders, and yeah, you're seeing, growth in the ecosystem, but you're not seeing website visits that are out of this world. You're not seeing data that suggests that the actual tools within the SingularityNET ecosystem are being heavily used. Me personally, I don't know a ton of people that are using AI tools. In fact, I've yet to meet anyone that used Fetch. I've met one or two people that have tried SingularityNET's marketplace. I have personally, and it was fun, but I didn't see an enormous use case. It's very niche. So maybe it's not that's kind of where my hesitation is say it hits $2, that's $2.4 billion market cap. Are there enough people using it to justify that market cap? Maybe that is irrelevant because it's just about buyers, but yeah, I don't know. If you use SingularityNET, if you've used it, tell me about it in the comments. Tell me what you've used it for, why did you use it, how did you find it? Because like I said, I've not met many people, one or two people that have used it. So let me know. But yeah, I'll be conservative, so they'll say $2, but again, this would not be a shock to see it hit $4 or $5. I think the ChatGPT bandwagon has left the station, and the train's left the station, and this is about to absolutely, like every time there's a new ChatGPT narrative, I think AI coins can just pump. So having an AI coin in your portfolio is probably a wise idea at this point. Let me know what you guys think though. And guys, if you just want to take the work out of your crypto investing, if you want to make the same profits I do, except do no work, that's what copymycrypto.com is. It's where I dive into the markets every day. I find coins that I think can 40x, 50x, 100x, and I buy them. And then what I'll do is I'll jump onto my site and I'll tell my members about the coin. I'll tell them what the coin is that I think can do that pump, what percentage of my money I'm putting in, and they can copy along. They don't have to research any cryptos. They don't have to read white papers. They don't have to learn about the technology. They don't have to learn about chart patterns. They'll save thousands and thousands of hours of time, which they can then spend with friends, family, and loved ones, instead of deep diving into the heavy duty research that's required to be successful in these markets. So if that sounds good to you, just head over to copymycrypto.com now, have a look through the site, see what it's all about, and see if it's something you want to try. And if it is, wicked, I'll see you there. And that's it from me, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.